So I reviewed this last week or the week before when the first one came out. That was Absolute Carnage versus Deadpool #1, obviously. And I said I liked the idea and it had some funny moments in it. But if this is how the book's going to pace, I'm not that interested. So I think I'll be passing on this one. There's just a lot of stuff that I don't like in it. It takes half of the book. So first off, the first half of the book is catching you up on what's going on. Like, okay, this is what's going on. This is what happened last issue. It's like, well, I just read this. You know, why am I spending $4 or $5? It's only $4 on this book if you're not just going to launch right into it. Why am I reading the story that I already just read? I mean, I get what's going on, but you can put that right here, and they already do that. They already tell you what happened right here. So why are you spending half the book telling me what's going on already? There's some funny moments with him and Spider-Man when they talk on the phone, and the art's great. The art is fine. I don't have any problem with the art. I think everything is there. It's just the pacing. He doesn't really start fighting the symbiotes until like half the book's over. And then there's some decent action, and he gets into it with them. He ends up killing 2 of them, but that's it. There's not really much else to it. And he ends up fighting, Norman Osborn shows up towards the end, and they get into it. And then they say the next issue is going to be Norman Osborn, who thinks he's Cletus Cassidy, versus Deadpool. And he shows up right there. So it's the Red Goblin, basically. I don't know if he's going to fight him for 4 or 5 issues. We'll see. But it's like you could easily have started the book off here. Like, it wouldn't have taken long for Norman Osborn to show up, who for some reason was just in the book with Miles Morales last week. So, like, how do you go from there to here? There's just the way that they sell these books don't make any sense, because he was just in the Miles book where Venom and Peter are right now. Like, Eddie and Peter are fighting right around there, I believe. And then Peter just showed up at the end of Venom. So what's going on? It just showed that Peter was on his way to go help Wade in this. So I just don't know what's going on here. The pacing in this whole story is just off. If you're following these tie-ins at all, they don't make much sense, because it's like, well, that's not what happened in the last book I just read. He was over here or that. They need to put these out in order where they make sense, or otherwise, what's the point of this? That's pretty much my issues with it. I don't think I'll be getting the next one, because what is he going to be in every book now? What's even the point of this book then? This book seems like it's self-contained, which I would like, but there just seems to be some issues on it. So you could probably skip this unless you're absolutely dead set on watching Deadpool take on Discount Carnage, which is basically, you know, he's Norman Osborn. He thinks he's Cletus Cassidy. That's a long story. That has to go from when he was in ASM 800. There was the whole Red Goblin storyline, which is probably Dan Slott's best writing as Spider-Man. Too bad it took him 10 years to do it. 10 years to do it. It's actually a good story. But at the end of the story, something happened. I'd have to go back and read it. But basically something happened that screwed him up and made him think that he's Cletus Cassidy, which is not what happened. Like, is not who he is, obviously. So he's gone insane, and I'm imagining by the end of this run, he'll get his identity back. Whether he gets to keep the Goblin, or whether he gets to keep the Carnage symbiote that he has, I doubt it. He'll go back to being normal Norman, which he does have the Goblin power again. So he'll just go back to being Green Goblin, which, you know, then that will lead up to a good Green Goblin story, I guess. So, anyway, you can skip this tie-in. So far, it seems like you can skip the Miles one and this one. You probably need to keep reading Venom and ASM. So ASM, Venom, and Absolute Carnage, from what I can tell, are the only key books that you need to be reading. The rest of them, I think, are pretty optional, which is nice. I don't think that's too many, especially, I think it's a safe bet that you're a Spider-Man fan if you're reading all of these. So Venom, ASM, and the main phone cut off on me. I don't know what's going on there, but basically I was going to finish. Those are the only 3 books you need. Other than that, I think you're good to go. This doesn't seem like it's tied in. So, I mean, it is tied in, but it doesn't seem like it's really worth it unless you, like I said, absolutely want this concept. But that is pretty much it. Like and subscribe, share the video, hit the notification bell. I'll see you guys on the next one.